Hello, this is Cadet McCall, videotaping my demo for D2-3 of Scenario 3. This is the final demo. So first we start off with at my Excel files dashboard. We can filter by distance, filter by date, country, and Coacom. Here's the dates we were required to filter by, and the country we wanted to filter by was Syria. So this will output, once we filter, the filter data will output here. Here for purposes of this demo, we'll delete this sheet, all the data from the sheet. We'll go back to the dashboard and press filter by country. It should auto-populate, and it did. And we can go take a look at it. It's all here. Alright. So once you do that, we can go to press this button right here and say make charts. So we press it, and the charts automatically output to dashboard. The code that supports this is in module 1. This is the filtering VBA code. So right here, it gives the distance, the attack type, the country type, etc. Here's module 2 that goes through all 6 tables. Each table has 2 subs. One for set up the pivot, the other to set up the what data you want to put in there. So like first one's target type, second one is attack type, etc. All right. Once we have that, that's basically it for Excel for now. So quickly I want to touch on RStudio for now. So we were required to develop 3 maps in RStudio. A color points map, a heat map, and a contour map. And then all these data right here. So we had some difficulty with it being consistent, so we decided to save the file for the purposes of this demo, and then later in this demo we'll come back and walk you through the code a little bit more in depth. So I just wanted to touch on this real fast. This is where the maps are coming from when I export to PowerPoint. So come back to Excel, and you see the button export to PowerPoint. We're going to click on that button, and it's going to automatically populate every single graph we have in the Excel, and the 3 maps from R. These maps are the reason these can populate is because in RStudio at the end we save these as PNG files and then export them to my Gemini folder, which is a common place we can pull the data from. So here's the Excel file, and we're going to scroll through it real fast, just some target type, etc. And then we had some trouble with this. The server was down, so we weren't able to gather the data we needed to make this map. We'll talk about that later when we get more in depth about RStudio. Alright, so the code that supports this is in module 9. So create PowerPoint right here, and this grabs it creates the PowerPoint file, and then grabs all the charts in PowerPoint that we want. And the call import is this is the import PNG, which imports the R PNG files we developed and throws them also into the PowerPoint presentation. So here's the code that supports that. Alright, so now we'll move on to R. First thing we want to do is make sure we have access to this my data copy.csv. So in order for the data we want to make the maps off is the same data we filtered through Excel. In order to do that, we want to make a copy of that my data worksheet and make it its own save it as its own workbook so we can access it in R. And it has to be saved as a CSV file. So this code right here pulls that sheet and saves it as my data copy.csv, so it's accessible from R, and saves it into my Gemini as its own workbook. So then we move into R. Here's R, and we have this. So we want to install some plots. I installed them for the purpose of time. So the ones that we really need, the packages that we really need, are ggmap. You can go over this side window here and install the packages you want. So you want ggmap, raster, rcolor brewer, rpp, this, and one more is teaching demos right here. And now this one should run right through it. It will install it for us. It will take a few seconds, and we'll check it. And then, since it wasn't there at first, we have to re-click everything. Alright, so now we should be set. Oh, one thing I forgot was we have to set record. We have to set the working directory to the place we saved our files. So my Gemini. So we'll just do that real fast. Go to my Gemini SE370, and now we have access to all those CSV files in there. So my data kit was there. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to run through one of these. Is run this attack. We're going to read read the data into our studio. Excuse me. Then we're going to run through this code, and this line of code will ask me to input what country are we talking about. So down here, at the lower part of the screen, we're going to put in Syria. Press enter, and now it will grab this. So this will map Syria and give us a output right here under plots. So now we want to input the points, the points onto the map, and we'll run this line of code right here, and it should automatically output. Now this next line of code right here won't show anything in ARC necessarily, but it will save the color points onto the map and then save it as a PNG file in that common file of my Gemini. And so this is the final product. You can see right here. And then it saves into my Gemini folder as a PNG, as I already stated. Alright, moving on to the heat map. It's going to be the same exact thing. We'll go read the data. You want to call the same stuff. You want to call it to make sure we have the packages to make sure we're using them for this map. So, attack, read it again. Give it a second. Yeah, there it is. And we'll run these next lines of code. And this is the problem we were having with one of our maps, is that it is unable to access this. It's unable to access this website right here. Their server must be down or something, etc. But the code does work, and it does work, but we just cannot access the information we need. And we'll run through this, and it will make the pie charts we want to show which regions of Syria have the most terrorist attacks and which have the least, etc. Alright, so that should conclude our brief. If there's any questions you have about this brief, please do not hesitate to contact me or my partner. And to just review, we went through the dashboard, filtered by date and country, outputted these, all 6 of these graphs, and made 3 maps in R Studio and exported them all to PowerPoint, and with the exception of this one, who has the error of the website not working or their server being down or etc. We're very unsure about that. Alright, thank you, sir. Have a great weekend.